Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to episode 16 of our Signature FX Technical Analysis series. This episode was produced on the 22nd of July 2018, and it's a follow-up to our episode 15 video on Bitcoin. As we say in all our videos, you must note that this is not financial advice. Please make sure to conduct your own technical analysis and or seek your own independent financial advisor before investing. For those of you who are new to Signature FX, we always like to start our videos with a very thoughtful quote that will set the tone for the entire video. Today's quote comes from none other than Tudor Jones and goes like this: "I believe the very best money is made at the market turns." If you haven't watched any of our previous videos, we highly recommend that you take this opportunity to check it out. We'll have a link for you up in the top right. And in our previous episode, which was episode 15, we were calling for a market turn in Bitcoin. We were experiencing what we were calling a bottoming formation. We looked at where we thought the price was going to go. And if you haven't, please take the time out and have a look at that episode 15 video. Even if you have, it may be worth just seeing it one more time to refresh your memory. Without further ado, we'd like to present to you our episode 16 deep dive technical analysis on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the BTC USD chart. And for those of you who have been watching our previous videos, especially our episode 15 video, you will remember that back on our episode 15 video, we were calling for a zigzag pattern underneath the support side of this symmetrical triangle, this blue line here that my mouse is hovering over. We were saying in our episode 15 video that we would get a zigzag underneath this support side of this symmetrical triangle, and then we would see a nice move higher, and that's exactly what we've seen. This took a lot longer than we anticipated. We were calling for what we said was a few weeks. It ended up being about 5 weeks of the zigzag pattern. If I take these out, it'll make it a little clearer. What has been happening, but the zigzag pattern was accomplished, and we are now looking at some higher highs. Looks like we're in a bullish move on the price of Bitcoin. Just to summarize our previous videos, we had a 5% buy limit order placed in April, and we called that Project Afro, and then that was triggered back in April nicely at $7,000. Then we had Project Bermuda, which was another 5% of our total portfolio allocation at $7,000 per Bitcoin, and that was also triggered back in May. So we were in 10% of our total account, averaged in at $7,000 in Bitcoin, and right now the price of Bitcoin is $7,500, which means that we're up $500 on each one of those that we purchased. Where are we going next? That's the big question. So this could be very confusing with all the lines and the different colors, but I think it's going to be very simple. I think when things kind of settle down this week, we're looking at a nice dribble higher, and when I say dribble, it may not just pop higher, it may, but it may kind of do a little bit of a zigzag up and down. But I think in terms of where we were back in July, end of June, this sort of rummaging around the bottom, I think this is where we scared a lot of the uncertain traders. The inexperienced traders really were frightened and decided to call it quits and leave the market. This is also the exact same place where a lot of the institutional investors and a lot of the savvy investors is what I like to call them, like the Signature FX investors and the investors in the WhatsApp groups that I am frequently posting in and a member of. This is where we were buying Bitcoin. So if you bought Bitcoin under $7,500 right now, you should be proud. You should be happy. And there's an element of confidence going into the month of August and into the remainder of the 2018 year. Bitcoin historically does tend to move higher in the second half of the year, especially in Q4, and that's what we're expecting again this year. So we're zooming in just a little bit to kind of give you an indication of what we're seeing here. Just to kind of break it down a little bit, we saw a nice move higher last week, breaking through these moving averages, and we're stalling slightly, which is normal. I think there was a lot of surprise here that we had reached 7,500, and markets are probably trying to figure out where do we go next. This is a support line here. This was a Fibonacci support line. Suggest that you check our previous videos on this. We will have some more updates in the coming weeks and months. As this is the summer, we do know we tend to take some time out for family and friends during the summer, so that's why we haven't posted previously, but we did want to wait for this move to kind of complete, and it looks like it has. So spot on from the Signature FX team. Special thanks going out to Andrew Ibrahim as well, who was calling for Bitcoin to strengthen and for us to see some higher highs, and for us to kind of leave that bottoming formation that we were kind of stuck in for the last month or two. What we expect to see next is moves higher and into the 8,000 area. The next big test is going to be up here, just probably breaking through 8,000. And then once we break through 8,000, we see the next kind of big area is going to be 10,000. So watch out for a break of 8,000 as our first, maybe not target, because I always associate targets with places where you get out, but our first stop. If this was a train, the first stop is 8,000. We may see a little move lower from 8,000, and then eventually we're going to get a nice push up to 10,000. And I think that's what we're going to be focusing on as our second stop. I could put a box here at 8,000 just so you can kind of see where we're at. So this is kind of like an 8,000 box. And then if we were to do a second, the second goal would be around 10,000. And the reason we're saying 8,000 is because we need to clear this area here, this intersection. Some people call it confluence. Some people call it a key area, a key level. We're looking for a move higher through this convincingly. And this is where a lot of people's stop losses are going to be in terms of sellers. People that are probably trying to get short here are looking to put their stops here. So these are going to be buy orders. Also, there are going to be some buyers who bought in the depths of 6,000 and below 7,000. And these buyers are also going to be looking for places to get out to realize some quick profits. They may be day traders. They may be looking just for a quick 5%, 10% profit, and then they're going to be placing their sell orders here to get out. And we're looking for a push through 8,000 as a significant level, and then once we get through 8,000, the next stop or the next test in the journey upward is going to be 10,000. And once we get there, hopefully our next video, which is going to be episode 17 and or episode 18, we will be around the 10,000 price range, and then we can update you from that point on. But as you know, this is not financial advice. Please seek your own financial advisor before investing. And Bitcoin seems to be moving a lot higher. It has regained its strength, and it seems to be resilient in all obstacles and in the face of all negative publicity. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Please click the bell symbol next to the subscribe button to receive alerts when we post new videos. Please take a moment to write us a comment, share this video with family and friends, and follow us on social media. All of our social media links are conveniently provided in the description. We'd like to ask you, when you are posting comments, to please include any specific altcoins or stocks, foreign exchange crosses, or commodities that you'd like to see us post videos on. We're not only going to be doing Bitcoin and Euro dollar. We want to provide a wider range of analysis for you. We've also been working behind the scenes to try and put together the packages that we're going to be presenting in the not too distant future. So please rest assured, Signature FX is working hard. That's myself, Marley Holiday, and my very good friend, Andrew Ibrahim. We're working to put the packages together, and we will be providing you with updates very, very soon. And with that, I'd like to thank you so much. We're grateful for your time and attention, and until next time, happy trading.